So I'm Matt. I'm the personal trainer of Zoned In Fitness. I'm the owner, and I want this for my clients and for you, so that way you can see how I do my nutrition. And so first, I'm going to go through a bulk. I want to put on about 8 to 10 more pounds of lean body mass. And then what we're going to do is then I'm going to do what's called a lean out, and that's where I take off all the extra fat. Right now I'm sitting at about 15% body fat, and I want to get down to about 8 to 10%. And that's just for my own wants, my own goals and whatever. There's no specific reason. I'm not going to compete in any kind of bodybuilding competition. If I was, I would go down more to a 5%, okay? So basically, when I do this, especially for a bulk, you know, I like to eat just kind of more normal foods, more realistic foods, things that you'll commonly see in your own house. But it's usually a lot healthier than just any kind of food. There is some science to this, and that's what we kind of really use. So tonight we just got back from the grocery store, and as you can see, I got everything ready. The key thing to being successful, and you hear all the fitness people talk about this, it's always about your meal prep. You have to be ready, you have to be organized, and you have to just be able to have it right when you need it and be able to fuel your body. The biggest reason why people fail, they got excuses, right? So with nutrition, it's really easy to have a lot of excuses. So your biggest goal is to make sure that you eliminate all of them. And prep is the biggest thing. So make sure that you know what you need, you got it, and that there's no excuses, and that you do it at the beginning of the week. So all of these foods, as you can see, there's nothing really too complex with it. They're all pretty good tasting food. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I prep my foods for the day and be ready for the next day and the oncoming day. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about my workouts and things. So literally, I'm going to take you through the whole process of the bulk phase, and you can kind of see that body transformation. Again, it's not about getting ripped right now. I'm just working on putting lean body mass, and then later I will worry about the fat burn. And again, you'll be able to see all of that, and just continue to follow the videos that I post, and we'll go from there. I have my meal, I have them all planned, ready to go. So now I'm just going to put the basic ones together. You know, luckily for me, I have time during the day where I can come home, I can put some of the things together. So I don't have to do everything all at once tonight. But there are things that were in the morning where I have to have it really just on hand so I can get them to go. And so those are the basic ones that I'm going to put together. And when I do this, when I try to think about recipes, trying to switch things up, I try to keep it really simple. Too many people come to me and they want all these complex things, but honestly, for some of the times, and the majority of the times, you just want to keep it basic. Just keep it simple. Don't complicate it. The more stress you add to this, the more work you add to it, the more likely you are to fail, because it will be too much stress on you. The goal is not to add more stress to you. It's just to slowly ease your way into this. Every now and then, you'll see that you have more time to do more, and that's great. Get a little bit more fun with it, more creative. So basically, I'm just going to run through this, and you can kind of see what the morning's going to be like for me. I have a big breakfast because I have a big workout tomorrow in the morning. So you'll just kind of see me put a little bit of those together, okay? Like the only thing I'll really add with that is a scoop of protein. But you know, it's really basic. Some Honey Nut Cheerios, English muffin. For the snack in the morning, I'm going to have some of these crackers with string cheese and an apple. So really, really easy, really basic. And when you're bulking, you want high amount of calories. You're going to use those carbohydrates because it's going to help you build muscle along with the protein intake that you get. And so it's really important to have a good balance of your protein, carbs, and fats into every meal. And so some of your meals are going to be pretty bulky, and that's just to make sure that you're feeding your muscle and that you're putting on good lean mass. So that's basically it for my morning. Later, I'll kind of show you how we're making our chicken. Guys. So now I'm going to show you how we're going to prep our chicken and our rice. And since I'm cooking for 2 of us, I'm going to cook a little bit more than I normally would. So again, we're keeping it simple. We don't want to be cooking all these fancy recipes or anything like that. Again, we're just looking for something that's quick and easy. So when you're trying to prep, again, that's key. So we buy a big bag of chicken, keep it frozen, makes it a little bit cheaper and easier to budget. So when you're doing this, people get a little bit too caught up on the macronutrients and things. They count out, they weigh. So we still do have a scale. You can see with these chicken breasts, they're about 9 ounces a piece. So what we're going to do is make sure that we get enough that's going to last us for the next few days. Some people like to do 2 prep days, one at the beginning of the week, one in the middle. So it just kind of depends on your schedule, honestly. And just do what you can and what's going to be best. So one thing that we like to do is we just like to get all these chicken breasts. And we're just going to put them in this crock pot. All good. And then we're going to get our just any kind of salsa that you want to do. My recommendation is to make sure that it's flavorful and something that you'll enjoy. And I tell this to a lot of my clients when I'm doing it, just because it's so quick and easy for them. So you don't need this whole thing. We're just going to use a little bit. And you will basically just need to cover the top. And then that would probably be about 2 cups or so. And you're looking pretty good there. Then, since it's pretty late already, we're going to just make that cook all night. And it's nice and tender when you wake up and really easy and on the go. Okay. The next thing is rice. So here I have a bunch of brown rice. Again, if you don't have a rice cooker, I recommend getting one. Again, quick and easy. Why not, right? Why stress? So all I'm going to do is just measure out. Obviously with the rice, you do have to measure out how much you're cooking so you know how much water to put in. I'm just going to try to do as much of this as I can. Okay, so about 2 cups is what we're looking at here. Okay, and then I'll just fill this up with water and just let it cook. And then I'll have everything cooked in bulk and ready to go. I have my green beans in the fridge, and so again, quick and easy. Just think quick and easy the whole time, and you'll be successful. You can always switch up your meats with any kind of lean meat. You can do fish. You can even do a lean steak every now and then. It doesn't have to be too complicated, and you don't have to eat these very strict diets that I hear people eating, where you're only eating 2 pieces of lettuce leaf every night. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Make it simple, and you can still come up with a lot of good recipes that taste good and the whole family can enjoy. One thing that I want to kind of teach as we go through this process, how do we make our whole family healthy? How do we make the people around us healthy while we do this? It's important. We need it. Okay, so soon we're going to talk about supplementation. I'm not going to get into that right now, but in our later videos, we're going to talk about supplementation. We'll definitely get into workouts because there is a certain amount of weight and reps, and how you work out is going to definitely affect the way that your body gains or loses. And so it's really important that you have a good game strategy. And so then we'll just kind of talk a little bit about the difficulties, things to do when life comes up, and how to stay on track. I know that a lot of people struggle at staying on track with their nutrition and then also their weight training. Life happens, we get busy, and it gets hard. So just stay tuned, watch for our videos that are coming up, and we'll have fun, okay? We'll see ya.